Hey guys, welcome back to Layout once again. I'm just going to do a really quick layout update today because I haven't done one in a long time. If you're following the construction videos, you'll probably have already seen all this, but I just want to point it out really quick. So last time along our main line, we only came to about here. So you can see we got a bunch of sub-road bed in, we cut our hole in the wall over there, and we have our cool S-curve here. You can also see that I've super elevated this curve with some styrene. And trains look really cool rolling through there. And if you want to see a train in action, check out our last construction video, which I think was part 13B, if I remember correctly. And then back here, you can see that our sub-road bed continues. We have our curve piece over there. Another support column will be going in there, but for now it holds up pretty well. More main line coming this way. So this is all new main line. I don't think any of this was in for the last layout update. And then we go out into up here. This is going to be Crawford, Nebraska. So you can see we got a bunch of plywood down up here. And right now, this track is just in temporarily because this is going to be a track with concrete ties eventually. So if I step back, you can kind of see here's our essentially where our helper pocket's going to be. We were thinking about possibly having kind of a proto-freelanced inspection yard over here, which is still a possibility, except now it'll only have to be, if we want to do it, it'll have to be one track, which is fine, but where I place the main line gives us a little bit of flexibility, because right now, per the prototype, we'll have our helper facilities for like the crew area over here for maintenance of way, and the helper crews. That'll be on this side of the main line per the prototype, and then we'll have a siding here, which will essentially act as another main line, and then our helper pocket. So this is kind of like our helper pocket, except imagine that it'll be one space over. And that'll give us some space out here, so if we wanted to do that inspection yard track, we could actually move those facilities over here. But as it's set up now, I think we're going to have our main line siding, which is actually going to be more like a main line, and then our helper pocket, and then our buildings over here. And you can see moving this way, just more straight track. Again, this isn't actually glued down. And actually it looks pretty cool looking that way, super long. And then you'll also notice over here that there's actually kind of a really, really gradual S-curve there, which will look pretty cool. So you'll see that we stopped our sub-road bed over here. And the reason for that, I was going to finish that, but we actually made a decision. This portion here above, so this is our lift-out bridge down here. I think you guys know that. You can see the seams there. And this was also going to be a lift-out, but we decided just for the sake of simplicity that it's actually going to be permanent, because this portion down here really only needs to come out for, I mean, I can crawl under that, but it can be taken out for access, and I'm pretty sure most people can crawl under this. This is actually pretty high. And then we're thinking about taking the door off there to the sump pump, but even if you don't take the door off, you can actually climb under and still open the door, so it's no big deal. So this is going to be permanent, and that's why we stopped our plywood here, because this is actually just going to be one piece of plywood coming across here. At least that's the plan. The next big thing that you'll notice is we've extended our half wall here. It is not complete, clearly, but we have drywall on the other side. And we have a couple pre-cut sheets that we're going to put on this side. We'll probably do that tomorrow, so I guess I could have waited on this video to finish that, but a little too eager, and it's been way too long since the last video. But once we have that drywall up, we will be able to complete our framework from here. So again, over here, this is not going to be a drop bridge or anything. This will be a permanent section across the doorway, because everyone should be able to duck under that. Even if you're old, because, I don't know, grandparents like I have, they're a little shorter anyway, so shouldn't be too much of a problem here. And then we'll have kind of another section like you see below, and then a narrow section. So basically all the benchwork you see on the lower level will basically be mimicked here on the upper level. And then once we get our framework over here, just above those, or just below those letters, we'll be able to connect everything there, and then be able to continue our main line from where we left off over there. One thing to note is this shelf up here actually is going to be a little shorter than below, but you'll see that when we complete that, hopefully pretty soon. So I don't know how much was completed up here. I believe we had all our framework in. I think you guys knew we took off the backdrop here. I did pick up over here a bunch of, this is kind of like masonite material. It's pretty flexible. Here's your smooth side under here. So we'll be using that both for our fascia along there, all the way around the layout, and our backdrop. So right now you can see there's no backdrop. It looks kind of weird, but really soon I'll be cutting backdrop, putting it up there. And then it's possible even before I cut that backdrop that I'll start to mask off and paint the walls that won't be receiving any masonite, just to, I don't know, it'll create a visual change and kind of, I don't know, if you have a clean room and a fresh start, you're kind of more motivated to get work done. So, you know, seeing at least the beginnings of a backdrop and not yellow and red and gray walls, which kind of weird colors when you're taking photos and video of trains, so that'll be kind of helpful. Right now I do not have this section down here at the end of the peninsula complete. What we're basically going to wind up doing, sorry, I'll move this. Oh Lord. Okay, no, I'm not going to move that, never mind, bad idea. But you can see our frame here. We're essentially going to do 2 more shorter frames, kind of like are constructed here, just 2 box frames coming out. And then kind of a little extension on the end, so it'll be more of like a trapezoid shape almost. And then what we can do, because really the scenery in here is going to allow this to happen, is if you imagine this is the end of our peninsula, these cross pieces here, we'll be able to put almost an inverted angle brace that will run from the cross piece to the vertical stud. So we'll have to align this so that a cross piece is kind of in line with this stud here, but essentially if you can imagine that this were here, we'd be able to run a piece up attached to it, and then that would essentially hold this frame up from sagging. This portion in here is fine because it's only, I believe, 17 inches wide, but if I step back, you can see how far that comes out there. And what will allow us to do that is the fact that through here, our main line's kind of snaking out this way and curving, but back here we're going to have some pretty big rock cuts like you see on Crawford Hill, so that framework will basically be hidden behind the scenery, which is kind of convenient, so that'll work out pretty well. And I think that's about it. So right now, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll get some work done this weekend. Hopefully we'll have more progress to show very soon. I also am working on the Tier 4 project down here. You can see I've done a little more work on the shell. Not too much, it's going a lot slower than I wanted to, but I'll get some more work done on that soon and hopefully have some updates on that. But for now, that's all I have. So as always guys, thank you for watching. Be sure to check out our recent construction videos, and we'll definitely have more progress to show very soon.